Hi.
Where are we?
We are in Maryland.
Well, technically, we're in Virginia, but we're just outside of Maryland and went to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
So, kind of in between.
Yeah.
Like right on the border. So, we're going to count it and put the sticker on.
We passed through Maryland to get to Virginia. Just like this part, right?
Yeah, we drove through Maryland. But also Washington, D.C. is carved out of a section of Maryland land and a section of Virginia land. So it's kind of both. Yeah. Cool.
Why isn't there a little section that's not a state?
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer that D.C. isn't a thing on there. But that's okay. All right. Turn around and say goodbye.
Bye.
Hey, Peter.
What?
Where are we?
In Virginia.
Can you find the Virginia sticker? There you go.
Oopsie.
Oh yeah, are they connected? Sometimes you have to pull it apart. There you go. Now let's find it on the map.
Last time I remember I got like Delaware stuck.
Delaware, yeah.
Virginia.
Yep, right here.
I missed it.
I'm stepping on the grate. It's squeaky. Okay. Try to get as close as you can. Line it up. Good job. And in Virginia is the Homesteaders of America Conference.
Which we're in Virginia, and we did Virginia.
Yep, so next week, well, starting tomorrow, we're actually traveling to Lynchburg, Virginia, where we're going to tour 2 schools. So we have Appomattox and New Covenant school tours, and David got a hold of a real estate agent. We're gonna hopefully go and visit some land on Wednesday and Friday. What are you adding? Halloween? Oh yeah, okay. I try to color code them, so I guess holidays is fine. It can be black. Alright. I'm gonna go take a little walk outside because it's so pretty.
Just a minute.
What?
There is a kind of video called It's Raining Tacos. So maybe you should see that. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
You are silly.
It is Sunday, and we decided not to go to church today because we spent the last 2 days at the Homesteaders of America conference. See? And it's so pretty here and relaxing. We just wanted to take a day to just chill. I'm an introvert, so 2 days of being social and talking to people and telling them our story and just noise and commotion and crowds, I just needed a break. So we're just doing church as a family here in God's church, Mother Nature. This campground is small. It's really like one road and a little roundabout here, and there's a little bit of a road back behind the bathrooms, but it's so pretty. So I used to live in Pennsylvania, and I would tell my Pennsylvania friends that I didn't like the fall, and they're like, what? How can you not like fall? I was like, well, in Washington, fall is gray and wet and slimy and gross. I mean, there are some really nice days. When the sun shines, it's beautiful, but usually that's when the rain sets in and it's done, right? So I just didn't like it. Everything was always dirty. You have to sweep more because you got pine needles coming in the porch. Ugh. Anyway, the East Coast is different. Fall here is different. The leaves are not slimy. They're crunchy. The trees are just glorious colors. This little campground has like a creek. It's actually called Creekside Campground, but look at that. It's so pretty. It's like a postcard. Like, and every once in a while the wind blows and some leaves like fall. It's just magical. So we're just hanging out here today. I'm sure you can understand why. It's so pretty. And there's hardly anybody here. It's Sunday. We have found, obviously, that on Sundays the campgrounds clear out. You'll have the occasional person show up, but not very often. They're usually like retired couples traveling. but you don't have a lot of kids or families because, you know, school and work, normal people stuff, and we're not normal, so here we are, homeschooling on the road. I can probably go up here, this little dock thing. It's cute. Maybe we'll have lunch over here, a little picnic. It's actually technically like 12:45. We had a late breakfast though because we slept in. Well, we tried to sleep in. I'll let you guys watch the beautiful water while I talk. We had no alarm set. We just wanted to sleep until we woke up. But at 7 o'clock in the morning, the sirens went off, like the tornado sirens. I was like, oh no. And I'm like, I was confused because I had checked the weather and there was nothing coming, you know, just some clouds. The rain's pretty much done. It rained yesterday, and from what I could tell from the forecast, it was like the tail end of the storm. There was nothing getting us, nothing coming. So I was like, what in the world? And I realized, oh, it's on the hour, so it's probably just a test. They probably test it every so often, just like the other place we were at. And I just didn't know about it, so we did look around just to make sure everything was safe. All was clear. I went back to bed. I didn't get back to sleep right away because, you know, once you're awake, you're awake. So I read a little bit and that made me sleepy again. And I fell back to sleep. So we had a kind of a brunch. So when I say we'll have lunch out here, I really mean like maybe just a snack. Get the kids outside, let them enjoy the beauty. I love it. So we do have a bathroom in our RV, but it is really tiny. Not very comfortable, if comfort is your goal. But also, I really like going to the campground bathrooms because, especially this one, it's really beautiful. It's nice and clean. But it also gets you out and walking around. And if I'm not walking for exercise, I'm just walking to enjoy the nature and the beauty. It's a nice break because I just finished editing a video, so I was sitting for a while. It's a nice excuse to get up, you know, walk to the bathrooms, enjoy the beauty, look at the rainbow of leaves in the water. It's really pretty. I hope we have something like this on our property. This kind of thing though is hard to come by because it's so expensive. Everybody wants this. Because everybody wants it, they can drive the prices up. But we're trusting God. He knows. He's got the right property in mind. Just have to wait for the right timing. It's his timing, not my timing. That's what I keep reminding myself. Alright. I'm going to go back, see how much time I have left on my video because it's, if I have to edit it, which takes a long time, then I have to let it compile, like be made into one movie. And that takes a long time. The timer said an hour and 15 minutes last time I checked. But it's been a while, so maybe it's getting close. A bird just flew over my head. There's a problem locally with these, it's a type of buzzard or vulture kind of thing. We actually encountered them in Missouri too, but I guess they're like invasive and destroying a lot of crops and stuff. And they're not happy about it. Competing with the regular vultures. I wonder what kind of tree that is with the like seed pods hanging down. They look like green beans. No idea. But this is our campground. There's our beautiful home. Trailer. Home away from home. Temporary home. And the truck. We have not had any mechanical issues for a while. Knock on wood. Everything seems to be working okay. Except for Starlink, which is stubbornly pointing at that big tree. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it point at the tree with the most leaves? So we're using the Creekside Wi-Fi, which actually is pretty good. Some campground Wi-Fis are poop. Some of them actually say this is like you're not allowed to stream because it sucks up the Wi-Fi. This one didn't say anything and it's working pretty good. look at that. He's pointing directly at the thickest leaves. Like, there's so much more sky. There's all this sky, all of this. Like, it just has to point at whatever kind of tree that is. Rude. It's fine. It works a little bit. I was using it. Yeah. I really just wanted to show you guys how beautiful it is so that you can kind of experience some of our joy. So I follow Justin Rhodes on YouTube. I watch his show. I've been watching it for like 6 years, since he started, really. And one of the things he said, I want to say it was like a year ago maybe, he said, joy is completed in the sharing. I think he got it from a book, but it's wisdom, really. I want you guys to feel some of the same joy I'm feeling. I cannot not share it. I have to share it. It's one of the reasons I like doing these videos, is you guys can kind of live vicariously, come along with us and see why we love it so much, what we're doing. And just generally how like beautiful the different parts of the country are. In my hometown, we tend to be, a little bench here, I'm gonna sit right by the water. It's nice. So I can talk to you guys. Here's a duck. Hey, Mr. Duck. Where's your Mrs. Duck? If you look carefully, you'll find these ducks tend to travel in pairs. There's usually a Mr. and a Mrs. like over there. I can't zoom in any further, but there's a Mr. and Mrs. His is probably somewhere behind. I can't see. But it's not 100%. Sometimes it's 2 Misters and a Mrs. or something like that. But they usually pair up. It's cute. Okay, I'm gonna flip this around. Sorry. As always, my hair is crazy. Eventually I'll get back to actually doing bangs. When I have a bathroom, a real one. When we lived in my hometown, Marysville, which is just north of Seattle, there's a lot of really beautiful things there. There's the waterfront. You could go to Kayak Point, which is the ocean. Oh, it's starting to rain. Maybe it'll stop. You can go to the mountains. Like, you can go anywhere. Even if you drive a little bit south to Oregon, you can go to the sand dunes and do like 4-wheelers in the sand, which is really cool. Since it is starting to rain, I'm going to get closer to the house, but I'm going to keep talking. You'll hear the crunchy leaves under my feet as I go. But you're surrounded by the ocean and the mountains, and people have this sort of valley mentality of like, this is where I am. This is the whole world, is this little pocket. And it is beautiful. It's a beautiful little pocket, don't get me wrong. But not many people venture outside of it. And they don't really think about the rest of the country. Like, there's so much more out here to see, to do, to experience. Having lived in Pennsylvania for 8 years, like, it changes your mindset of, like, the world is bigger than your little beautiful pocket in the Pacific Northwest. And I encourage you to get out there, go see places, go camping, go on vacations, drive. I love driving. Something about a road trip that's different from getting on an airplane, because you can actually physically see the transition between ecosystems, you know, from forest to desert, back to forest again, ocean versus mountains, all that stuff. I'll do this so you can have a pretty background. So I want to encourage people to get out of that pocket or bubble mindset of this little space is all there is. Go see the rest of the country. I mean, it's ours. We're US citizens, right? The whole country is ours. Go see it. Plan a trip, a weekend, take a week vacation and go to New Mexico, or, you know, Missouri was really cool. The trees and the hills, it was crazy. Like, some of the drivers scared me, but it was beautiful. And the guy that was showing us land, he was like, yeah, I grew up here, so I know how to drive like a crazy person. Like, they just know how to traverse it because they grew up there. There's just so much more. Just want to encourage you. Go see it. Go. Get out. Get out of here. Go on.